Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football. It's time for another video, and this time we're going to be looking at the best options to transfer in for the next coming game weeks. Now, because my latest video for the defender options did really well, I thought I'll do one for the midfielders. Then if this does well as well, then of course we'll go on to the strikers and goalkeepers if you guys want. So as for the midfielders, it's kind of difficult to predict which players are going to do really well, because there's a lot of players in FPL, a lot of midfielders that could do really well that might change a game week. Now, I could sit here and tell you guys, hey, bring Hazard, bring Salah, but I want to talk about what the community is talking about. So what I want to do is talk about the community players. Now, these players are on a lot of FPL managers, players that they actually want in their teams. So that's what I'm going to do today. And what I'm going to do is add a few more into that list to kind of think about. Now, before I continue though, this is my latest intro. As you can see, my logo and a football with like that thinking hand. So I'm working on this. The colors might change again. I don't really like this green effect here. I might change that. So let me know in the comments what you think. I do want to add like a background music for this as well, obviously. And of course, I want to add background music for my FPL videos. But they're going to be very low, so you can't hear them anyway. But it's just going to give that nice vibe. Anyways, let's go on to the midfielders and let's talk about a few players that the community is talking about. Now, the first option is going to be Martial. So Martial right now is currently got a yellow flag, so he does have a little injury. Do not worry though, I think after the international break we will know exactly what's wrong with him. And I think it should be fine, but just don't make any crazy transfers right now. Just hold these thoughts, take this information, and once we are ready for game week 13, then you can decide on who you want in your team. So Martial is very interesting because, as you can see, his last 5 games, if you had him, this guy probably changed your season. 13 points, 15, 9, 10, and 7. These are incredible points. For a player that is 7.6, decent, and 12.1% people own him right now. So if he does do really well in the next coming game weeks, then you are looking at a rank up. Now, he's already in my team. I took a risk to bring him. Not because he was going to do well against that Manchester City back line. It's because of these next 4, at least 4 fixtures. As you can see, Crystal Palace at home, Southampton away. Even this Arsenal game looks good because Arsenal are not keeping a clean sheet. You know, they are leaky at the back. And Fulham at home. So if Martial is fit and ready to go, and we find out that he is training, then these fixtures are so good. And if you look at this Christmas period, that is not bad as well. Cardiff, Huddersfield, Bournemouth, Newcastle, that is very good. And what happens to Manchester United is they have this like a streak of runs that they win a lot of games in. So this could be their chance to get these points on the board. So definitely Martial is in everyone's mind. It's just right now he's got this problem. Just need to wait and see what happens and then think about bringing him in. So the next player that is actually on my list to bring into my team is David Silva. 8.5 million player. The eye test, oh my god, this guy is an amazing footballer. The way he plays is incredible. I would definitely recommend you guys actually watch him play because he's so good. 4 goals, 2 assists, and 5 clean sheet points. The fixtures are decent for Manchester City, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter who they play because the team that Manchester City has is incredible. West Ham away, West Ham leaks a lot of goals. Bournemouth is the same. Watford is the same as well. Then they have Chelsea, that is difficult, but then they have these beautiful home fixtures, Everton and Crystal Palace. It just continues, guys, and definitely adding more Manchester City players is going to be the key to bring more points in. Now that Mendy has got this injury, a lot of people wants to have at least 2 Manchester City players, and this guy could be the one. And if you don't have the money for David Silva, then please have a look at Bernardo Silva. Surprisingly, he's playing a lot of games. Now that is interesting. 3 assists, 3 goals, 6 clean sheet points. That's fantastic. So a player like him that is playing for Manchester City, that is 7.5 is actually a bargain. If he just does a little bit more, so a little bit more goals, a little bit more assists, then he'd probably be the one to go for. Here's another interesting thing. Now, you could go and bring yourself Sterling, but the problem is, bringing Sterling is you need to make a few surgeries here and there. So you can't really go with, I guess you can go with Salah, Sterling and Hazard, but that's going to hurt your other players, and that's the problem with Sterling. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's an amazing player. I think he can bring a lot of points, but it's just all about fitting him in properly into your team and balancing it all out. If you can do that, then go for Sterling. But here's another interesting thing. Sane. Okay, the problem is with Sane is there are a few games that he's on the bench, some games that he's not even playing, but these are the risks that we have to go for with a Manchester City player. The thing is, because Mendy's out, I think Delph is going to play on that position, or maybe someone else. And there's not really a very good creativity in that side because of Mendy being out. So this might give Sane a higher chance to play most games. So yeah, have a look at this, guys. Think about Sane as well because he is a decent player. It's just that he's 9.2. That's a little bit of a put off. So the next player that I'm going to be talking about is Richarlison and Sigurdsson. A lot of FPL managers are thinking to double up because of this. So let me just bring him back. Everton's fixtures, at least for the next 4, if you remove Liverpool, so next 3, let's just say. Cardiff at home, Newcastle at home, and Watford at home. This is why a lot of FPL managers are thinking to double up on Everton players because of these amazing fixtures. So Richarlison here, let me just quickly go through it. 6 goals already. He's slowly adapting to that striker position. I think it's kind of still early to think about that, but he's doing a decent job for now. 1 assist and 3 clean sheet points. He is 6.9, so he is rising quite high. 25% of people actually own him, so that's high as well. So if he does well, then everyone's going to do well. And as for Sigurdsson, he's less owned, so 7 million. I think that's only because a lot of managers got Richarlison. That is the issue. That's why not many people are looking at this guy. I think he played in the international break. I'll have to make sure if that's the case. He does have this knock, but I think he should be fine. 7.5, quite expensive than Richarlison. But 5 goals, 2 assists, 3 clean sheet points. What has he got? 61, and Richarlison's got 59. Very close. Plus, Sigurdsson has got a lot of set pieces under his belt, so he could get a lot more points. So if you want to spend a little bit more money, then go ahead and get Sigurdsson as well, or just go for Sigurdsson. So definitely, guys, someone to watch out for. So next up is going to be Felipe Anderson. Now, I wasn't expecting him to actually score against that Huddersfield game, but he is continuing to actually perform really well. 4 goals, 1 assist, 2 clean sheet points. So the price is 6.9, and that selection, 5.4% of people own him, is actually very low. I wouldn't expect him to do really well against this Manchester City side, but you just don't know what can happen, right? One little set piece goal, we get some points. However, you want to look at these fixtures, guys. Oh my God, these fixtures are so good for West Ham to continue to do well. They've been doing well recently, and these fixtures are gonna give them a higher chance to give these players a lot of points. Now, I do want to add a few different ones, very cheap options as well, because it's kind of nice to have these cheap options to kind of enable you to use the money elsewhere. It's going to be Patterson. This is the guy that is on my radar because I do want to remove Knockhard for another cheap player, and this guy's been performing. In the last 4 game weeks, scored 3 goals, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet points, and the interesting thing is, it's actually playing up front, which is giving him more chance to actually score. 5.2, 0.7% of people actually own him, and these fixtures are not too bad. Everton away, especially this Wolves at home, West Ham away, and Southampton at home, could give this guy a higher chance to actually get some points. Now, I think this guy is going to be on a lot of people's benches, or maybe that 5th midfielder. So if you want an option like that, and this guy could be the one. Another player that is on few people's list is Kennedy. Now, the interesting thing is the fact that his price tag is 4.9. Very cheap. It's kind of difficult to get a very cheap player that could do really well. This guy has a chance to do incredible, but he's just not bringing them points. But he is threatening. I think soon he will have this like a run of games that he could bring a lot of points in. And these fixtures right here for Newcastle, you know, slowly Newcastle's are performing really well. These fixtures could be the one for Kennedy to turn things around. He's probably is going to be on a lot of people's bench, or maybe that 5th midfielder. And to get a cheap player that actually plays and he's got a run of good players, this guy is probably going to be the one. And that is about it. I'm just going to have a quick look. I think I might have missed 1 or 2, but yeah, I covered the main ones. I think that's good to go. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. Is there another player that you think that could do really well? Or is there a player that I missed out? Just let me know in the comments below. It's always good to add them there because a lot of FPL managers actually goes to that area to get a lot of information. So I hope this helped. Sorry if I spoke so much. Didn't expect this video to be longer than usual, but I love making these videos. And plus, we're on the international break. Gives me more chance to kind of sit back and kind of talk about players that we should consider for the next few game weeks. So let's see if this video gets up to about 100 likes. If it does, then I'm going to make a striker options for the next few game weeks. So I'm going to try and get in that probably in the weekend. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, come give this video a come subscribe if you're new, because I'm going to create so many videos like regularly, and plus I got other games like Battlefield and maybe Pokemon and stuff like that I'm gonna add, and maybe Yu-Gi-Oh if I can find out which is the latest games out there. And that is about it. Enjoy your international break and see you guys next time. See ya.